Marlee. She's got the floor.
Okay, I'm Marlee. Marlee. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. So first I brought this bag in. This summer I was lucky enough to go to Badger Girls State, which was at UW-Oshkosh. It's a week-long government camp, so we went to meetings and learned about politics. It sounds really boring. It actually was really boring. But the girls that I met, there's 50 girls on my floor. They were all super cool from all over Wisconsin. We became really good friends. We're actually having a reunion here in the Wisconsin Dells coming up soon. So I didn't really have another use for the bag, so I'm really glad we had to have a bag for this speech. So I like to live my life kind of by 4 pillars, I call them. So they're the 4 things I most believe in, my 4 favorite things. So my number 1 is obviously my faith, and I'm a Roman Catholic, so I go to church every weekend. I'm actually involved with the middle school program at my church. I go on as many retreats as I can. My counselor at Camp Gray I attended this summer actually made this rosary for me, so it's really special to me. I wouldn't be anything without my faith, so that's definitely a big part of my life. My number 2 is my family and friends. I can pass this around. You don't have to look at all the pictures because there's a lot, but this is my grandma. She's really crazy. She has Alzheimer's, really bad form. So some days she remembers me and some days she doesn't, which is kind of frustrating, but it can be so much fun because I can just go and be like, hey, I'm Jane. You can just be somebody different every day, and it's so much fun. She has no idea. So, I know, it's kind of mean, but you have to have some fun with it. She really has no idea. She can go from happy 1 minute to super mad the next. She sits there and screams at the TV for hours. Why won't you look at me? Why won't you answer me? To these people on the TV. So it's really entertaining. I go to see her at least an hour every single day. My family is super close to me. I have 2 sisters, an older sister and a younger sister, so we fight all the time. But that's kind of how we show our love to each other, I guess. I don't know. So there's that. My number 3, this is really silly, is FFA. It's number 1. I got this at the state convention in Madison. I'm FFA president, so it's really important to me. It's actually super important, so I have applications if anybody wants one. I don't give out candy like Valerie, but these are pretty close. So if anybody wants some. Yeah. So we had our first meeting last night. Actually, we had a really good turnout, 45 people crammed in that room. So it's super awesome. We do a lot of activities, so I'll probably be missing school a lot because FFA is definitely really important to me. And then my 4th thing that I like to live by is just happiness in general. It's kind of a broad term, but I get really stressed out a lot. I have a lot on my plate and having to do with all that. So I turn to try to be creative. So these are letters that my friends send me. As you can see, they're really colorful. And so if I'm really stressed out, I'm just okay, maybe I haven't written a letter in a long time. So I'll get out all my stickers and my crayons and my markers and stuff. And it's super cool to see this in the mail. If I'm having a really stressful day, or even if it's an okay day, I'll look in the mailbox and I'll have one of these letters, and it just makes it so much better. So I'm going to finish with kind of a quote that I like to live by, and I heard it. So I was with my friend one day, at this picnic thing, and we were sitting on a picnic bench, and I was just kind of talking about my life and telling her how I'm the middle child, so I have to be the rebellious one. I have to fight with my family all the time. That's just how it goes. That's how I've always been known. And this lady at the table next to me, she's sorry for eavesdropping, but I just wanted to tell you, you can prove them wrong. And then I just kind of yeah, okay, I brushed it off, kind of embarrassed, and I walked away. And then I realized, I don't have to be known as the mean middle child. I don't have to be the person that always starts fights. I can prove them wrong. So I just want to tell you guys, no matter what your situation is in life, no matter what you think you have to be called, or you've been called that in middle school, so you have to be called that in high school, or you've been called that in high school, so college, that's going to be you. You can prove them wrong. You can do anything. So, Would you read 8th grade?
You feel the words there.
You could go to the Dairy Expo.
Dairy
That's
Expo.
super fun.
September 30th.
Very fun. Nice job.